All right, welcome back, my friends. As always, welcome to the Monday night YouTube live. Man, a lot to go over today. Pretty wild day. If you were at, I think it was 2 weeks ago. If you were at the webinar that I did over on the Stocks and Trade channel, where we were talking about how to trade coronavirus plays, these volatile moves. And I gave you that 5-step recipe, okay? And if you were there, drop a comment in chat because I'm curious because, AKER, I talked about it in that it was an hour-long webinar. This is exactly the idea, the setup that we looked for out of that webinar. It's a stock that's made big moves in the past. It's a former runner. It had a press release this morning. It's low float. It had insane volume. It broke the high of the day in the afternoon. It held VWAP. You guys, if you're frequent listeners or viewers or attendees, I'm not sure what exactly viewers I'm sure is the right term. I harp and harp and harp on a small amount of setups, and the reason why I do that is most of you are under the PDT. And you can't trade every day. And you have to focus on the highest probability setups. And again, I won't bug you, I'll move on, but if you were in that webinar 2 weeks ago, this is exactly the virus play setup I laid out in that 5-step criteria. And the beauty of it is you got confirmation. You got that move into the afternoon. This thing broke at 12:45. At 12:45 it broke, and it was exactly what we looked for. And it ripped to the high of the day. Again, exactly what we look for. And, there was so much upside there. And if you risk VWAP, you risk VWAP. And it's like the perfect setup. And the recipe was there. That's the biggest thing, is that the recipe was there. And if you look for these criteria and you focus on these tomorrow, the next day, etc., that's where the best odds are. I'm telling you. Look for stuff like this in the virus sector. They repeat in every hot sector. Every hot sector they repeat. So anyway, let me jump over to chat and give you the links we're talking about tonight. As always, we review the watch list tonight. That is right here. This is something I talk about a lot. This is my 4th webinar of the night. Check out Stocks and Trade Pro. It's a mentorship program where I go over all of these setups. And, let me look. How do you trade choppy stocks like AKER? How does one plan for the madness? So $500,000. Let me show you a drawing I did this morning, okay? So I did this, great question. I did this drawing this morning. This is at the 9 a.m. webinar where we talked about a VWAP hold high a day break. So $500,000, I'm curious if you thought AKER was choppy and madness, answer me this, $500,000. Were you trying to trade it in the morning Or did you wait for the afternoon confirmation? That's what I want to know. Because it was choppy as hell in the morning, but to me, it was pretty smooth in the afternoon. It broke the high of the day. It never violated VWAP. And then, spiked $1.50 share above that $4 level. So answer me that, $500,000. It was choppy as hell in the morning, but something I try and tell you guys all the time is avoid morning trading. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Steer clear of it like the plague. VWAP hold high at daybreak, baby, says Joey on AKER. I mean, I know I feel like such a broken record, but if you've been on these Instagram lives, actually I'm on Instagram live tomorrow morning, by the way, and I was there today, but minimize your setups, minimize them. And I every week I say this. You do not, I want to be clear. You don't get something like AKER every day. But 2, 3, 4 times a week you do. You do. So, and if you're under the PDT, that's all you can trade anyway. So, thoughts on trading with multiple trading accounts to get over the PDT? Robert Butler, it's a good strategy. I mean, it's 100% legal. It's 100% ethical. Okay, so if you don't know, the PDT is assigned by account. So one of the I hate to call it cheating because it's legal, but one of the best ways, in my opinion, the best way to get around the PDT is just have multiple accounts at reputable brokers, okay? It bums me out. But so many go to these offshore brokers and like weird brokers because they want to skirt the rules. And listen, I'm no lawyer, but that has always worried me. In my opinion, the best way, if you don't have enough money to put, $25,000 in an account, I understand that. You want to trade, but you don't have $25K. The best way, like say you got $10K, let's just make up a number. You can put, let's use an easily divisible number. Let's say you got $9K, all right? You can put $3,000 in reputable, well-established brokers. So, E-Trade, Ally, Tradier, Interactive Brokers, Schwab. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But if you put $3,000 in each of those reputable brokers, that gives you 9 day trades a week. And I mean, you gotta kind of deal with moving trades around, and it's kind of a hassle. But at least you're not trading at these weird offshore things, okay? So, Robert, it was kind of a long question, but I would so much rather, I'd so much rather have you have 2 accounts at E-Trade and, Interactive Brokers, which gets you 6 day trades a week, than doing weird stuff. $500,000 says, yes, I've been using the recipe for 2 weeks. Awesome. Cody says Acre was perfect today. I agree. It was beautiful. $500,000 I bought after the VWAP break and got stopped out in the dip. $500,000. And this goes for everyone. And you guys and gals, you know I'm Mr. Positive. Okay, so $500,000, I'm not beating you up here, okay? But you need to know, all of you need to know, if you are trading crazy volatile stocks like AKER, and look into the webcam. I'm staring deeply into the webcam, but you are going to get stopped out. Okay, it will happen. Getting stopped out is part of trading. Okay. Now, if you're a gambler, if you're a bag holder, if you're not an actual trader, you'll hold through stops, you'll take big losses, you'll blow up your account, and you'll say short-term trading, finance, and none of this works. But getting stopped out on AKER is not a bad thing. If your plan said, I'm buying here, I'm stopping here, your stop gets hit and the stock rips, it's annoying. Well, it's beyond annoying. It pisses you off, okay? If let's say you bought at 4 and you got stopped out at 390 and it goes to 580, you should be annoyed. You should be frustrated. But that is part of trading. Listen, I love Dave Portnoy, okay? I love Dave Portnoy. I would love, if anybody knows Dave Portnoy, please ask him to come on the podcast. But anyway, if you were following Dave today, so Dave is the CEO of Barstool Sports. He sold his company for like $500 million. There's no sports. All sports, pro sports are shut down. So he's day trading. He took I don't even know if he took the loss. I don't know if he even stopped out, actually. And again, if you know Dave, please tell Dave I love him. And I would love to have him on the podcast. But, I mean, he's down like $500,000 on Boeing right now. And I don't think he stopped out. And here, hey, Dave can afford to lose it, okay? He can afford to lose $500,000. But as far as I can tell, he didn't have a stop. And that's why he's down $500,000. If you got stopped on AKER, that's trading. And you know what? There'll be another one tomorrow. There'll be another one the next day. There'll be another one next week. So stick to your stops. Bazilla was in AKER 413, sold to 444. Well done. So, thoughts on Apron after hours? Is Blue Apron moving? What's up with Apron? Woo-hoo-hoo! If you've been here for the last few weeks, you know I love Apron. Is there news? What's up? So it's kind of range bound right now. But I like this thing gapping in after hours. What's up? Anybody got a link to why Blue Apron's moving? I love this as a stay-at-home food play. Again, if you've been here, I've gone on and on and on about how much I love Blue Apron. So, anyone got a link? So, nice, Charlie. Let me get caught up here. Charlie Hagel. Yeah. Don't forget, most brokers will lower your commissions if you call them up and beat them up. So Charlie got his OTC commissions way lowered. Nice. So if you could choose one laptop, what would you choose? I mean, I'm a little biased, but when it comes to laptops, I'm an Apple guy. Now, I've got the desktop back there, that's a desktop PC with all the monitors and everything. But when it comes to laptops, I'm a huge Apple fanboy. I'm not afraid to admit it. Is it possible for a stock to be not shortable? Jay. In low price stock land, it's very common for stocks to not be shortable. So do not be surprised, Jay, if you're in low float stock land, low priced stock land. It is very common for a stock not to be shortable. That's why I just say, man, just try and learn how to go long. Shorting low price stocks is a strategy. It is a viable strategy, but it is frustrating if you can't get the borrows, man. It's a drag. I'm a trial member. How to get in the 9 a.m. webinar? I just dropped a link to Stocks to Trade Pro. Check it out. What do I think of Portnoy's blow up? Man, it bums me out. It bums me out because, I know I already went on about this a little bit, but I love Dave. I mean, the guy, Dave Portnoy is the American dream, baby. He's a guy that started out with some random sports website and turned it into a $500 million. He's the American dream, baby. I love Dave. But, Dave, don't short stocks, right? So anyway, the answer is it bums me out. But at the end of the day, he's got the money to lose, What are the pull-down blocks? That allows you to do color linking. So the best way to explain this is notice my chart, my total view is set to red, and then my watch list is set to red. So what that allows me to do, if I jump to like CODX, it color links it to all the patterns or to all the windows. So it's really helpful, especially with multi-monitors. So you can color link windows and tabs. It's actually a really handy function. But that's what they mean, Jessica. Great question. So, what details you track in stock plays like market cap, float, high day, time it occurred, etc. By the way, my favorite day is the VWAP hold high day break. Nanification. Yeah, nanification, you pretty much nailed it. I like to keep it simple. Don't track too much data. I think, one of the things a lot of newer traders come into is they try and track too much stuff. So, AKER, perfect ABCD setup. Adel, I agree. So, to all of you, I call, it's just semantics. It's just terms. But the VWAP hold high day break is basically the ABCD setup with VWAP added. So Adel, I always like to say there's nothing new under the sun. The best thing you can do is trade the most familiar patterns, the most predictable chart patterns. And listen, the biggest delineation between the ABCD and the VWAP hold high day break, they're the same pattern. Just I add VWAP to that ABCD pattern that gives me a little bit of guidance into what the chart is doing. But it's totally an ABCD, Adel. Agreed. I can't overnight listed stocks because I drive myself crazy looking at extended hours. Any advice? Charlie, I don't know how long you've been trading, but listen, the last month has been really tough for overnights, okay? We're limit up, we're limit down, so many crazy moves in after hours. So, Charlie, I mean, this might not be the answer you want, but it's tough to overnight right now. We're up, today the Dow was up 1,200. What's tomorrow? Down 1,200? I don't know. So ever since this is the way I'll end this, Charlie. Ever since the virus stuff, it's been tough overnighting. And if you're struggling, I don't blame you. Karen says, I set up the SCT news scan the way you said, and I only got 3 notices. Karen, that's what you want. That's what you want, Karen, because there are hundreds, thousands of news items a day. You can't read them all. You can't track them all. So, Karen, I don't know. I can't tell you for sure if you set it up right, but I'm guessing you did. And that's the point. The point of the news scan is to only give you stocks that are moving on volume. You don't want to scan for or read news from stocks that are doing nothing on no volume. So, Phoenix says, I love your positivity. Having such a difficult time focusing and finding the best winning setup. Can you speak to what setups suit different personality types? Woo! Wow. Phoenix. Different personality types. That's a big question. I don't know. Phoenix, I would love to maybe discuss that by email. But, I like the encouraging words. Thank you. But, geez, different personality types. I'm not sure how to answer that. I try. Also, a few interviews. You say you're long biased, but used to be short biased at the beginning. What made you change mindset? Netification. What changed was the market just, was so crazy to the upside, okay? I started day trading in 2007, 2008. Nothing put in multi-day moves. We didn't see the volume we saw. I mean, it is just so hard right now to short, especially if you're new. It's just a different market, nanification. That's the best answer I can give you. Shannon, I'm going to finish on this. It's been a long day. I'm tired. This is my 4th webinar of the day, but good question. So, do you review past crazes to the point you're in the direction of stocks to look at? Coronavirus, Ebola, hurricanes, earthquakes. Shannon, I'll tell you this. I've been around. I was day trading during the financial crisis in 2007, 2008. I was here for Ebola. I was here for body cams. I was here for weed stocks. I was here for crypto stocks. And man, that light's so annoying. I gotta move that light. But we've never seen anything like this. This is unprecedented. So Shannon, and to all of you, I will leave you with this. This is, in my opinion, the absolute best possible time to learn to trade maybe ever. The moves, the patterns, the setups are so clear. You have all of the tools. You've got stocks to trade. You've got these. There's a lot of amazing platforms out there. I mean, none of this. You've got webinars like this. None of this stuff existed when I got started. You've got a supercomputer in your pocket, all right? Literally, whether it's an Android or an iPhone, you've got a supercomputer in your pocket. Unlimited access to information. And now, for better or worse, you're at home with tons of free time. So you can do one of two things. What's your two options? Somebody answer me. You can say, woe is me, this sucks, the world is ending, this is the worst time in history. Or you can take advantage of this time. You can be like, damn it, I got 18 hours a day stuck in the house, and I have the access to unlimited information like this. I mean, I'm not the only guy doing this. There's hundreds, thousands of YouTube videos, webinars, software, all of these tools. So you can do two things. You can pull the woe is me crap, or you can learn this stuff. And then you get to work from home because you want to work from home, not because you have to. It's your option. Check out Stocks to Trade Pro. Check out the webinars. Check out the watch list. But if you don't, and this is you in the webcam, if you don't come out of this better than you came into it, it's on you. Okay? I'm here every week. I'm doing 4 webinars today to try and make you a better trader, a better person. So if you don't come out of this better for it, I'm trying, but it's on you. 2 choices. Have a great night, my friend. Friends. Great Q&A tonight. And I'll be on Instagram Live at 8:30 in the morning. I'll be in Stocks to Trade Pro at 6 a.m. And have a great night. Thanks, everyone.